How's it going, guys? Treebor here, and today I'm going to be talking about Ready Player One. Based on the novel by Ernest Cline and directed by Steven Spielberg, Ready Player One takes place in the year 2045. Society is on the brink of collapse, and you can now escape to the Oasis, a virtual world where you can be anyone and do anything. The only limit is your own imagination. The creator of the Oasis, the late James Halliday, has left his immense fortune and future control of the Oasis to the winner of an in-game contest designed to select a worthy heir. An unlikely young hero, Wade Watts, finds himself and his friends at the centre of this quest on a journey of discovery and a race against time to secure the future of the Oasis and the world itself. Now, to begin, I should probably say I haven't read the Ready Player One book, so I can only talk about this from a film perspective. But I got to say, guys, I really enjoyed this film. Probably the most fun I've had in the cinema in quite some time. It's a strange one to talk about because this feels like a Spielberg movie and at the same time it doesn't. I mean, his aesthetics are definitely there, but at times this does feel like it could have been directed by a bunch of different directors. But I would definitely say that the heart of a Spielberg film is there, where you feel like you're going on a journey of these characters. Plus, you know, the Amblin logo was there at the start of the movie and it's always nice to see that. So the overall aim of Ready Player One, the book and now the film, is to give you a complete 80s nostalgia trip. And it does that. Nostalgia is such a big thing nowadays, and it is like our own personal oasis that we can escape to. And how much you value your nostalgia will undoubtedly have an impact on how much you enjoy this movie. Also, probably how much of a geek you are. This film does nail the 80s nostalgia trip though, right from the opening shot as you hear Van Halen's Jump and this long tracking shot pans through this grimy grey industrial city our main character lives in and our future world. And then Wade slips on his visor and we are introduced to the Oasis, and I felt good. A little nauseous as well as this twirling camera shot pans through these otherworldly planes and interplanetary dimensions and gaming worlds. Yeah, it was weird. That camera movement definitely did something to me, but if I was going to puke up, I was going to do it with a smile on my face. And of course, another big selling point of this film is that it is loaded with pop culture references. Film, TV, video games, right from the 80s through till present day. You name it, you got it. Throughout this film and all the scenes that took place in the Oasis, there was just so much going on, I couldn't take it all in. And I'm not going to stand here and list off all the things that I could pick out because I'd be here all day. People have made videos on YouTube analysing every single pop culture reference there is and picking them all out, so you can go watch them, knock yourself out. But I would like to, and definitely will, be buying this film, pausing it and seeing just how many things I can pick out and how many things mean something to me. And that's why I truly believe that this film is going to have something for everyone, because everyone's going to have different experiences in this film and they're going to notice things that they grew up with that other people don't notice. Everyone's going to register with different things. And even if you're not a massive geek and you don't know your pop culture references, the main story of this film should be enough to pull you in. You've got this group of friends told with a Spielbergian heart, and they're essentially going on a journey to save the world, but they're doing it through the medium of a video game. Now, while I did have so much fun with this film, I wouldn't say that it's one of Spielberg's finest. You do spend the majority of the time inside the Oasis with our actors portraying the characters through voice work and motion capture. So it's really cliche to say it, and I don't like to say it, but I suppose this film is more spectacle over substance. The substance isn't bad per se, we're just dealing with a very simple script and it can be extremely cheesy and by the numbers at times, but not necessarily in a negative way. Besides the main plot, the film does have a lot of different things going on in it. There's a romance, there's overly hokey war speeches, and they're all done in quite cheesy and rushed ways. Even the message that the film kind of boils down to in the end feels kind of on the nose and uninspired, because it's essentially engage with reality more. Go outside. Stop playing those stupid video games. Now, it doesn't preach stop playing video games, but it stresses that reality is really the only thing that we have that is real. Also, I guess if you like your characters to have a lot of depth, you're not really going to get that in this film. Like I said, you spend most of the time with these characters as their avatars in the Oasis world, and their interactions and relationships with one another are developed on that plane, but it kind of gets lost in everything else that's going on. And I do think that all of the actors did a good job. I did buy them as these geeky kids who were whiz kids or obsessed with the Oasis. They'd grown up with it and almost melded with it. But you just don't ever really get to know that much about them. I mean, a lot of the scenes outside of the Oasis do feel a little bit dull, and that's only because they're not very well developed. There are plenty of sequences where the events of the Oasis are coinciding with the events in real life, and they're exciting and fun to watch. But I would have liked a little bit more backstory and development onto the world and its gradual collapse. Really, for me, that's the main minor gripe that I have about this film, is that I would like a little bit more development into everything that had been going on. And even though I liked all of the performances, particularly from our young leads, I've got to give a special mention to Ben Mendelsohn. He plays Nolan Sorrento, this massive corporate dickhead. I mean, Mendelsohn just plays dickheads now at this point, and he does it so well. I love watching him do this. Like, if I was going to make a film right now and I wanted to cast a villain, Ben Mendelsohn is who I would go to. It's this company that makes up the bulk of the conflict in Ready Player One, because he is racing Wade and everyone to the secrets of the Oasis because they want control of it. Why? what every big company wants, I guess: money, influence, power. So that's about all there is to say, really, guys, without spoiling it. It is a film that I think you should experience, because I do think there is something here for everyone. And you've got to have a keen eye, because there is so much to take in here. In the end, when it comes to sheer fun factor and having fun at the cinema, this is a great Spielberg movie. I am going to give Ready Player One a B. So that's all from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching this review, and feel free to talk anything and everything about Ready Player One in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, take it easy, and I will see you in the next one.